Champ of the world. Shout out to TD Sports. TD Sports. Let's go, champ. What's good? What's good? Let me know if y'all can hear me. What's good, Marky Dan? I see you. Let's go. A few minutes away to 7:30. After 7:30 on the East Coast. Yeah. January 20th. Big day. Big college football day. College championship game, national championship game. We got the Ohio State Buckeyes taking on the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. As you know, I'm a big Notre Dame fan, big Irish fan. Wanted to do this quick live real quick, see if anybody jump in, do a little fan predictions. If not, I'll give mine, and we'll go watch the game, and hopefully it's a good game. It's a game. It's a good battle. First and foremost, I want to salute everybody that's been contributed to the channel. The channel's growing. We got over 200 plus new subscribers. I really appreciate that. I appreciate all of you guys. And all the music's too loud. Okay, hold on a second. All right, should be better now. So yeah. Just want to say salute to everybody and appreciate everybody that showed love and support to the channel. Again, about a couple hundred of new subscribers in the last few days. Kind of got lucky with a short that I put up on Bob Uecker. RIP to Bob Uecker, Mr. Baseball. That kind of helped me out as well. I did a video a few days ago on Omar Trinidad. That did pretty good, surprisingly. You know, He's not a well-known prospect, but I thought it did pretty well. Got about over 700 views, so I'm pretty happy with that. You know, it's different, and that's what we try to do here. We talk all sports, but try to do a little bit different. Not do, the name guys. Try to put more shine in the younger guys, up-and-coming guys. And Omar Trinidad did pretty good. He won his fight. Espinoza was at the fight, which is cool. And he was pretty much impressed. And he's looking. He said he has no problem facing Omar Trinidad in the future, if it makes sense. As you know, Espinoza is a world champion in the featherweight division, and Omar Trinidad, number 2 in the IBF, hoping to get a title shot against Angelo Leo in the future. We spoke about that in that video, so if you haven't, maybe take a quick glance at it. But yeah, just want to talk about the channel in general. Been doing some good things, growing little by little. And I definitely appreciate the support, working hard. I got hopefully an interview coming up this Wednesday and maybe another one on Thursday. And then, of course, we'll talk about Friday Night Sports Talk this Friday night. But, yeah, a lot of things coming up. I got some plans going on for the channel and especially when it comes to boxing. There's a couple of fights I'll be attending and hopefully covering those fights. So Appreciate you guys in the building. My man, Mr. Shelton, the greatest hater of all time. Maybe the second greatest hater of all time, because I am a hater as well. And but Shelton definitely is hating on the Irish. Boo, hiss. And shout out to him. Shout out to Tax Vlogs. I appreciate you, Tax Vlogs. Good morning. Good morning. I know it's good morning for you out in the Philippines, I presume. Thanks for coming through. I appreciate you. Salute to you. Tahira, thank you for coming through and showing love. Salute to you. Says peace and love. Mama Do here showing love. I appreciate you. I got the opportunity and the honor of meeting you, and we had a good time at the fight this past year. So salute to you and all that you do, and of course, Just Do as well. Who else is in the building? Daniel Berry, salute to you. Thanks for coming through. And then here, Mr. Shelton, being Mr. Shelton. And of course, we wouldn't want it any other way. But yeah, man, anybody got any final predictions for the game? I'm going to keep it real short and sweet, short and simple. I've said this before. I think Notre Dame's only chance to win is obviously keep it a low-scoring game, time, possession, playing good defense, and it's going to be a low-scoring game. I believe that, got to win the turnover matchup. You got to win the turnover matchup. I believe special teams is going to play a big factor as far as field position. I'm picking Notre Dame to win. Obviously, I got to pick on my team. I think it's going to be a 16-13 type game. I say Notre Dame wins 16-13 and wins their first national championship since 1988. Shower was good. Thanks for coming through. Peace and love and blessings to you. And Mr. Shelton distracted me as usual. As long as they and that's his prediction, and he's sticking with it. And he means that from the bottom of his heart. I'm going to leave that up there too. But yeah, I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. Defensive matchup. We spoke about it a little bit last night. I had an Ohio State Buckeye fan here. He was breaking down the game. He thinks that we're going to get dominated. He respects Notre Dame. He knew, he was pretty spot on with his team. He knows his team, gave us some good information. The only thing I kind of disagree on was about the coaching. I don't think Ryan Day is really that good of a coach. I don't think he thinks Ryan Day is a good of a coach as well either, but he was kind of defending him in some spots. But but the consensus is that Ohio State is going to win by blowout. I mean, they're pretty much 9.5, 10-point favorites. So I mean, the consensus for me as a Notre Dame fan is like, hey man, we're just happy to be here, right? And to a sense, yeah, I think I have that attitude, but I think realistically we can win. It's not like the last time we were in the national championship game we played Alabama, where we did have some great players on the team. Obviously, we had the guy that finished second in the Heisman voting, Manti Te'o on that team, who had a great year. But Alabama was Alabama. Alabama was a squad, and kind of typical to Ohio State. Ohio State got a squad too, man. Every year Ohio State's going to have a squad, right? But as you're going to see more and more with this college playoff and with the new NIL and all these new things in college football, you're going to see more parity in college football. You're not going to see – I'd be shocked if you see teams like Alabama and, Georgia winning national championships like 2, 3 years, 4 years in a row, or being in the title game like 4 years in a row. I think you're going to see some new teams get up there and compete. You're going to, this playoff, I think, has proven that, right? 12 teams, both these teams that are in the championship game did not get buys. They had opening home games to open the playoffs. I believe Notre Dame was a 7th seed and Ohio State was an 8th seed. Or I think Notre Dame was 6 and Ohio State 8, something like that. But either way, you're going to see that, after this year and going forward, they may tweak it a little bit as far as who gets in the top 12 in the playoffs. But I think you're going to see more parity in college football. You're not going to see the dominant teams win over and over again. So, but obviously the sexy pick is Ohio State, 9.5, 10-point favorites. I see my man Brandon already trolling in here, but you know what? I take that he's not really trolling. He really means that he's a big Ohio State fan. And, he's saying Ohio State by 21. That's fair. I mean, if you're an Ohio State fan, you got to believe that. And realistically, it could happen, right? But the way Notre Dame's been playing, the style of play they've been playing, I believe this game is closer, and I believe, they put up a better fight. And I think we're going to get a good game, a good defensive battle. But that's why we play the games. My man Frontline in here messing with me as well. I got Dominican Blato. Yo, you stupid, man. I got Dominican Platanos win it all. You probably root for Licey too in the Dominican Baseball League. If you know, you know. Marky Dan, can Marcus Freeman bring peace and hope to college football world? So far, he has. For how long he stays, because if he keeps doing what he's doing, he's going to be a guy that the pro teams are looking at, and they've already started looking at him. That's why Notre Dame gave him the extension. So, and that's what happens when you get a hot, a college football coach. They're going to get a shot in the pro. So we'll see what's up. Let's see what Brandon has to say. Freeman can get them ready, and Notre Dame could easily win. Anything can happen. I would never say easy for Notre Dame. Maybe Ohio State could win easy. I don't see the way Notre Dame plays. They play a lot of close games. I think they embrace playing close games. So it won't be easy for Notre Dame. It's possible that it could be easy for Ohio State, to be real. But for Notre Dame, no shot. Right? I mean, unless it's really the luck of the Irish, and we get all the breaks like we did, years ago when we played Miami. No shot. Right? But I'm hoping for the best for my team, man. I just want to see a good game. I don't want to see us get blown out like we did the last game, the last time against Alabama. That's all I can ask for, right, as a fan, right? I think we got a good young team going forward. Not sure who's going to be the quarterback next year, because you never know, they could go to the portal again, But I do love all three of our running backs. Our running backs are really good, especially the freshman. I think he's the sleeper of the three, especially when he's receiving out of the backfield. He's really, really good as a receiving back. So Aeneas Williams. So, hey, let's see what happens. But anybody else got some final scores? I know Brandon said Ohio State by 21. Maybe he probably is predicting the score like 35-14 or something like that. But yeah, man, it's the final countdown. The final countdown. All right, let me stop. As my wife and daughter make fun of me, of course. All right. But yeah, 42-21. Wow. You think Notre Dame could score 21 points? You think that's what I'm saying? You think they could score 21 points? They score late touchdown late when it doesn't matter. That's what you're probably saying. Because Notre Dame don't really, score like that, So we'll see. My man Joe Townsend, what's good, bro? Salute to you, bro. Thanks for coming through. Appreciate the support. But yeah, man, anybody else got any scores? I mean, I'm just hoping for a good game. And 16-13, I'm sticking with that score. Defensive battle. 16-13. Jeter hits a game-winning field goal after the game being tied 13 up in like the last couple minutes. And Notre Dame finally makes a big stop at the end of the game to win the game. Not like last year when Notre Dame had Ohio State. They should have won that game and they blew it. So in like the last like what, 30 seconds or something like that, where they scored a touchdown. So, hey, Joseph Townsend says 35-14, Ohio State. Hey, I hope not. But that's the consensus. I guess you're taking the spread, right? Bet the spread. Bet Ohio State, right? I'm taking Notre Dame with the points. Give me 9.5. I'll buy the half a point plus 10. How about that? But at the end of the day, I want them to win outright. I want to win a national title, right? So let's see what happens. Let me do this real quick to show you that I'm ready for the game. I got my Notre Dame hat. I got my Notre Dame jersey. Number 25. 25 is for the Rocket, who is one of my favorite players ever at Notre Dame. The Rocket Ishmael. Next favorite player would have to be Jerome Bettis. Jerome Bettis, definitely my second best favorite player in Notre Dame. The bus. Get on the bus. It's all about us. No. But yeah, man, almost there. What time is it? The game is about to start. I'm about to kick my wife and daughter out of the living room. You guys ready to bounce? Because the game is coming on. And I'm going to watch this game. And let the best team win. Maybe I'll do a recap at the end of the game and see what happens. If we lose, I might be salty and I might not do it. If we win, I'll be happy and I'll do it live. But if we lose, I probably doubt it. I'm going to be real. He says, "Nah, I'm looking at Notre Dame without a start. Yeah, starting left tackle's not in, and Ohio State the lineman is tough. Have some dog lineman, D lineman, and OSU freshman wide receiver was handcuffed last game. He should go off today. We'll see. That's the consensus, right? I mean, our left tackle, that's a big loss, right? And our right guard is banged up too, but he's going to play. That's why we play the games. You know what I'm saying? We'll see what happens. I think for Notre Dame to win, obviously defensively, they're going to play their style. They're going to play man-to-man. They're going to load up the box. Ohio State is stacked. They got two good running backs. And the sleeper is not even – the starting running back is not even the best one. The guy they got from Ole Miss, the transfer, I think he's the better back. So they're pretty much stacked. Let's see what happens. That's why we play the games. God, country, Notre Dame. That's what it is. That's what it's all about. I don't care. You can, damn right I am. I'm kicking them out. And they haven't moved, by the way. I just want to let you know, as I look back, they haven't moved 1 inch. So I get no respect like Rodney Dangerfield. So they haven't moved. But once I end this live, I'm gonna have to, let me shut up. I like Coach Freeman. If Notre Dame wins, I would be excited for it. Yeah. Freeman has definitely done great with this team. He can actually coach besides recruit. And guess what? He's an Ohio State guy, right? He played linebacker for Ohio State. So it's just funny. It's another story that's going to go with this game. An Ohio State guy coaching for Notre Dame versus Ohio State. I believe he played linebacker for Ohio State. So yeah, definitely good guy. I like Freeman. He's been the best coach we had since. I thought Ty Willingham was good. I didn't think they gave him a fair shot. So since Ty Willingham and then obviously Lou Holtz, because I couldn't stand Bob Davies. Bob Davies was terrible. But obviously Lou Holtz was great. And Notre Dame kind of pushed Lou Holtz out because Lou Holtz was getting too much control. And Notre Dame, these Catholic private universities, they don't like that. Especially in that time. So they kind of pushed Lou Holtz out. Brought in Bob Davies, who was the assistant coach there for Lou Holtz, and Bob Davies was just bad. And then Urban Meyer left. I thought Urban Meyer they could have brought back, but Urban Meyer didn't want to coach in Notre Dame because he wanted control, and obviously the standard is a little too high. And let's be real, he couldn't cheat in Notre Dame as he could cheat in Florida and Ohio State. Let's just keep it a buck, right? So, and that's why he didn't come. And then Charlie Weiss was terrible, and then Kelly, I thought Kelly was a great recruiter. He was bringing over good talent, but he just was not a good coach, especially when it comes to second half adjustments. He was terrible, So, and as you see with him in LSU, same thing, right? He's got great talent over there in LSU, and he just can't coach them up and make adjustments for games. So, I like Marcus Freeman. I think he's done a great job, and, let's see what happens. So. You're a Seahawks fan, New York. No, I don't like the Knicks. I don't really follow basketball as much, but I'm a Lakers fan, to be honest. Always been a Laker fan. So, and in Notre Dame, yeah, I've always liked Notre Dame. So I like Notre Dame because I like the Rocket and Tim Brown. That's when I started watching Notre Dame. And Notre Dame's always on TV, right, as a kid. So that's why I started watching Notre Dame. I like the Seahawks because of Notre Dame, right? Because I used to root for the Giants, but then when Rick Meyer was the quarterback for Notre Dame, I don't know if you guys remember Rick Meyer. Rick Meyer was one of my favorite players too in Notre Dame. He was nasty. They were saying he was going to be the next Joe Montana. He was drafted by the Seahawks. I started rooting for the Seahawks. Rick Meyer had a great rookie year, and then he was nothing after that. He had one good year, the rookie year, and he kind of fell to crap. But I stood with Seattle as an AFC team and the Giants being my NFC team. But when Seattle, they transferred to the NFC West, I had to kind of stick with one team, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to ride with the Seahawks, and the Seahawks were bad. They had Kitna was their quarterback at the time. They were a bad team, and I was like, you know what? Giant fans get on my nerves. New York fans in general get on my nerves, and I was like, you know what? Nobody likes the Seahawks. I'm going to claim the Seahawks, and look, I stood with Seattle as a team since then, and it paid off. I got to see them in 3 Super Bowls, right? They won 1, lost 2, but I got, I've been consistent with them ever since. And then the only New York team I really like is the Yankees. So, but that's because they're in the Bronx. Marky Dan says 45-32. Rooting for Freeman, though. He says, I'll say rooting for Freeman, though. Hey, that's a close, high-scoring game. I don't see it high-scoring, but That would be exciting. That's a good game to watch. Shout out to my dog Tyrone Willingham. Yeah, Willingham I thought was a good coach. I just thought he had a raw deal. I remember his first game. I was at that game. They played the kickoff classic at the time. It was called in Jersey against Maryland. I was at that game. We went out there to see. That was his first game. Yeah, TD all over the place. Okay, last question. Yankees. Oh, Yankees, the Bronx. That's it. That's the only reason I like the Yankees. So, and baseball is kind of my sport. I kind of play baseball, coach baseball. So, I play football too, but I was more of a baseball guy. So, all right, guys, that's it, man. Let's go Irish. Thanks for coming through. Appreciate you guys. We're doing good. This channel's building. Trying to get to 2,200 subscribers in the last week or so. So, doing more and more content. Let's see what's up. Appreciate you guys. Let's go Irish. I'll catch you guys in the rebound. Peace.